resurrection, where each individual will be brought back to life for the final judgment. This concludes our comparison.
Okay, so tell me first, which religion is the best in the world? Tell me first. বল।
মানে যেহেতু আমি একজন হিন্দু, আমি আমার ধর্মকে অনেক
ফার্স্ট তাড়াতাড়ি করতে পারিস না, তাছাড়া বাংলায় করছিস, ইংলিশ কন্টেন্ট
সাদায় কি কব আগে দিয়ে
তাড়াতাড়ি বলবি, স্মার্টলি বলবি। তুই অফকোর্স হিন্দু, সহজ, শেষ। সিরিয়াসলি, তারপর আমি বলবো ইংলিশে, বুঝিস না? সো ওকে গাইস, সো টেল মি ফার্স্ট, which religion is the best in the world?
Of course, Hindu.
Yeah, guys, we are from Bangladesh. We are Hindus, and we are feeling so proud because
we are Hindu.
We are Hindus. Okay, basically, we don't want to compare with any religion because, after all, Hinduism is the best. যার যার জায়গা থেকে, ঠিক আছে,
যার যার ধর্ম তার কাছে।
আমি হিন্দু, দ্যাটস ওয়াই
আমার ধর্ম আমার কাছে বেস্ট।
আমার ধর্ম বেস্ট, যার যার ধর্ম তার বেস্ট, কম্পেয়ার কিছু নেই। তো আজকে দেখবো হিন্দুইজম এন্ড Islam comparison. So original video link in description. Please check out and subscribe our YouTube channel. So let's start it.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in. You folks seem to really appreciate that Judaism versus Christianity.
And দেখতেছি background Om, right? Om lehana, Om.
Versus Islam video we did a while back, so I thought, why not explore a bit more? Today we're going to dive into Hinduism versus Islam. This isn't about stirring up debates, it's just an honest comparison using clear and concise infographics to highlight key aspects and differences between the two. As always, I'm just providing the info. What you take away from it is up to you, so if you're curious about these two unique faiths, stick around, let's dive into it. Hinduism, tracing its roots back to around 3000 BC, represents a broad spectrum of beliefs and practices evolved over millennia.
BC হচ্ছে বিফোর, খ্রিস্টপূর্ব, আর একটা খ্রিস্টাব্দ, ঠিক আছে, খ্রিস্টপূর্ব খ্রিস্টাব্দ। আমাদের হিন্দুইজম হচ্ছে তোমার -300 BC, আর হচ্ছে 610 AD।
মানে হিন্দু আগে আসছে,
অফ কোর্স
হিন্দু ধর্ম অবশ্যই আগে আসছে।
হিন্দু ধর্ম হচ্ছে সবথেকে পুরানো, ওল্ড, ভেরি ওল্ড, সবার আগে, ঠিক আছে। আমাদের ধর্মটা পূর্বে ছিল, এখনো আছে, ভবিষ্যৎ থাকবে। 500 বছর আগে, তাই জানতাম, মানে
500 বছর।
While Islam, founded in 610 AD, presents a more uniform set of beliefs and practices informed by the Quran and the life of the Prophet Muhammad. The time difference underpins the extensive theological and philosophical complexity found in Hinduism as compared to the comparatively recent but more streamlined structure of Islam.
Other religions.
Hinduism's Trimurti, consisting of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, corresponds to cosmic functions of creation, preservation, and destruction. On the other hand, Islam practices strict monotheism, with all these functions combined in Allah, demonstrating a clear contrast in the conceptualization of divine power. In Hinduism, Manu and Shatarupa are the first humans created and guided by Brahma. The Islamic tradition parallels this narrative with Adam and Hawa, created and guided by Allah. Both narratives set forth foundational ideas about human responsibility, divine interaction, and morality in their respective traditions. The Vedas form the oldest and most revered text in Hinduism, presenting a vast array of hymns, rituals, and philosophical discourses. In contrast, the Quran, revered by Muslims as the Word of God, provides a singular, comprehensive guide for all aspects of life, social, political, and spiritual. The mandir in Hinduism serves not only as a place of worship, but also a community center where various cultural and social activities take place. Similarly, the mosque in Islam functions as both a place of worship and a community center, reflecting shared communal values despite their architectural and ritualistic differences. The pujari in Hinduism and the imam in Islam both serve as religious leaders. They guide their communities through rituals, prayers, and interpretations of scriptures. Their roles underline the universal need for spiritual guidance across diverse religious traditions. Puja in Hinduism typically involves offerings to deities and can vary greatly in complexity, reflecting the myriad of local traditions. Salah in Islam is a fixed set of physical postures and Quranic recitations done at specific times each day, showcasing a rigid structure aimed at regular connection with the divine. Namaste in Hindu tradition is a
Namaste,
respectful
Assalamu
greeting
alaikum.
which translates to,
Namaste
I bow
এমনি
to the
কেমনে?
divine in you.
Oh,
In
they-
contrast,
Baba, they-
Assalamu
Namaste.
alaikum in
Namaste
Islamic
কোন
tradition
জায়গায়?
translates to, peace be upon you.
না
Both
বেশি
greetings
বেশি
reflect
নমস্তে
their
ভাবে দেয়,
respective
নমস্তে আমি
traditions'
দেই।
emphasis
সবসময়
on
লোকজনের
respect and
মাঝে
peace
ওইভাবে দেবে
in
নমস্কার,
interpersonal
এভাবেও দেয়।
relations. Hinduism has approximately 1.2 billion followers, predominantly in India and Nepal, reflecting a
India and
strong
Nepal এ বেশি
cultural and
সত্যি।
regional concentration.
কিন্তু 2 billion
Islam, with about
মুসলিম,
2 billion
ইসলাম
followers, is more globally
অবশ্যই ইসলাম
dispersed,
বেশি।
সৌদি আরব আছে
indicating
না,
its
ইরান,
wide-scale acceptance and
পাকিস্তান,
adaptability across
আফগানিস্তান,
different cultures and regions.
গাজা,
ইসরায়েল।
ইসরায়েল
The largest concentration of Hindus is in India, whereas Indonesia is home to the
Indonesia,
largest
Hindu
Muslim
বেশি?
population.
হিন্দু না।
These
মানে
geographical
মুসলিম আছে?
concentrations highlight how specific historical, political, and cultural contexts have shaped the development and practices of
ইন্ডিয়া
these
হিন্দুস্তান
religions.
সিম্পল ইন্ডিয়ান থাকবে
Varanasi in India, considered the
Varanasi,
spiritual capital of
Makkah.
Hinduism, hosts rituals like the Ganga
Varanasi
Aarti
কি
and
দেখতে পেতে
cremations,
হ্যাঁ,
which hold
Varanasi.
significant spiritual
Guys,
meaning.
as soon as
Similarly,
possible,
Mecca in Saudi
I have to
Arabia,
go
the holiest
Varanasi.
city in
Guys,
Islam,
Jabo.
hosts the annual pilgrimage, the
India,
Hajj.
Varanasi.
Both cities embody the deep historical,
Makkah.
spiritual, and emotional
Hajj
ties
করতে
of
চায়
their
মানুষে।
respective followers. Diwali, celebrated by Hindus as a festival of lights symbolizing the victory of light over darkness, contrasts with Eid al-Adha in Islam, which commemorates the Prophet Abraham's willingness to sacrifice his son in obedience to God's command. Despite these different underlying themes, both festivals bring joy, unity, and reinforce shared values among their respective communities through acts of charity,
Diwali,
communal
Kali
prayers,
Puja.
feasts, and family gatherings.
সামনে আসতেছে
In Hindu belief, Svarga is a temporary
Swarga.
heaven-like
Swarga.
realm
Or
attained by
Jannat.
righteous souls
Jannat.
before reincarnation. Islam's Jannah, however, is a permanent paradise
Jannah.
granted to the righteous in the
Jannah,
afterlife.
Jannat.
While both concepts encourage ethical living, they represent different views on the soul's ultimate
We have to
destiny.
go to স্বর্গ
Naraka, according to Hinduism, is a realm ablaze with red fire, where souls
Naraka,
undergo
Narok.
suffering and purification for their sins and are
আর ওদের
ultimately
জন্য কি
destined
বলে?
to
জাহান্নাম
জাহান্নাম।
কারণ
Versus
জাহান্নামে যাবি
Jahannam in
জাহান্নামে যাবি
Islam is a dark realm engulfed in black-colored fire,
Jahannam অন্ধকার,
serving as a
black,
place
আর
of
আসলে just
eternal
আগুন।
punishment for the wicked. Hinduism describes Rakshasas as powerful demonic beings disrupting
Rakshas.
cosmic order, somewhat akin to the
Shaitan.
Islamic concept of shaitan, who are devils leading humans astray. Both symbolize forces of chaos and evil. Ravana, a demon king in Hindu epics, embodies the force of ego and desire, while Iblis in Islam represents defiance and pride. Both characters serve as
Iblis
cautionary
bhayankar.
figures against straying from righteousness. Bhutas in Hindu mythology, spirits of the
Bhut,
dead,
ওরা জিন,
and
ওরা
jinn in
জিনে
Islamic
বিশ্বাস
belief,
করে।
supernatural
আচ্ছা।
creatures created from smokeless fire, represent entities from unseen worlds,
আমাদের ভূতের
showing
মুকুট আছে?
shared recognition of a reality beyond human perception. In Hinduism, celestial
Dev.
beings known as
Deva.
devas who serve the divine order are often compared to malaika or angels in Islam,
Malaika.
both being intermediaries between God and
Malaika, এটা
humans.
প্রথম
They
শুনলাম।
symbolize the
First time
constant
শুনলাম।
cosmic order in both religions,
Malaika.
highlighting the belief in a
Malaika না।
structured universe
দেবা মানে
overseen by
মানে
divine
ভালো
powers.
কিছু আর কি
Vidyadhari,
ওদের ওটা
the
ভালো
celestial
কিছু।
nymphs of Hinduism, also known as apsaras, are depicted as ethereal beings associated with beauty and nature, often involved in interactions with humans. Their counterparts in Islam, the Huri, are beautiful beings promised to the righteous in the afterlife. These
মানে
beings
অপ্সরা।
symbolize reward and virtue, reflecting each religion's emphasis on righteousness and piety.
বাট আমাদের শুনতে পাচ্ছি
The legendary creature Garuda in Hinduism is a bird-like deity,
আরে
often
গৌর,
serving
ওই
as a
যে
mount to
ইয়ে আর
Lord
কি।
Vishnu and symbolizing
আরে
power
বিষ্ণুর
and
বিষ্ণুর বাহন
nobility.
গৌর গৌর
In contrast, Burak from Islamic tradition
Burak.
is a miraculous steed that transported the
অনেকটা
Prophet
কি
Muhammad
চলে?
during his
ঘোড়া।
night journey,
মুসলিম
symbolizing
কে চলে?
divine
আল্লাহ।
intervention and spiritual ascension. Both these beings highlight the recurring theme of divine assistance
ওদের
and
তো দেব
spiritual
মানে
journeying
দেবতা তো
in
মা-
both
নেই
religions.
বলো, আল্লাহই তো একমাত্র
King
ওদের।
Ashoka, remembered for his rule of righteousness in Hindu history, mirrors the esteem for Sultan Mehmed II in Islamic history, known for his strategic conquest of Constantinople. Both rulers left lasting impacts on their civilizations, embodying the ideal of just and powerful leadership in both cultures. Baji Rao I, recognized as a
Baji Rao
remarkable
Mastani.
military leader in Hindu history,
Baji Rao.
and Khalid bin al-Walid, revered as a military
Khalid
genius in Islamic
bin
history, both
al-Walid.
showcase the heroic ideals of their respective traditions.
ওদের নাম
Their
অনেক
exploits serve as
Muslim
historical
language,
touchstones
Muslim
for the
language,
martial
Arabic
virtues of
type of-
bravery and strategic intelligence in both religions. Aryabhata, a renowned Hindu mathematician and astronomer, made significant scientific contributions, including approximations of pi. In contrast, Al-Khwarizmi, a Persian scholar in the Islamic world, is known as the father of algebra, showcasing major contributions to the field of mathematics from both
চিনি
cultures.
তো অ্যালজেব্রার জনক
The mango, used in Hindu rituals and symbolism as a sign of prosperity and love, contrasts with dates in Islamic tradition, a fruit of great significance, particularly during Ramadan, marking the breaking of
একটা
fast.
নাটকে দেখছিলাম খেজুর খাইতে খাইতে পেট ফাটি যায়
Many Hindus abstain from eating beef out of reverence for cows,
No.
while Muslims avoid
No.
pork due to
We are
dietary
Hindus, but we
laws,
don't like beef.
reflecting how religious beliefs shape dietary practices in each
prohibited
culture.
food ও
মানে যেটা খায় না
হ্যাঁ
Ganga
শুকর
Jal,
এদিকে
water
ওরা।
from the holy
Oh,
river
that's,
Ganges in
wait,
Hinduism,
just a minute.
is considered
Oh,
sacred and purifying.
Guys,
This parallels the Islamic belief in
আমি একটা জিনিস
Zamzam.
দেখতে চাচ্ছিলাম
Ganga Jal, water due to dietary laws,
ওরা হচ্ছে মানে যেটা খায় না, এটা হচ্ছে বিফ খায় না মানে গরু, আর
prohibited
পোর্ক
food
মানে
আর
হচ্ছে
pork.
শুকর খায় না ওরা।
ও আচ্ছা উল্টা উল্টা
উল্টা।
আমরা বিফ তো খাই না
আর আমাদের পোর্ক
pork
চলে না,
তো চলে
সবাই
না,
আমরা
guys.
চলে না, অনেকে তো খায়।
we're Hindus but we don't like pork seriously I don't eat
লাইক কি, লাইক মানে তো মোটেই না,
আমি pork খাই না টোটালি I don't eat
টোটালি খাই না।
হ্যাঁ
reflecting how religious beliefs
But
shape
khai.
dietary practices in each culture.
গঙ্গা
Ganga
জল
Jal, water from the holy river Ganges in
Jam Jam.
Hinduism,
Jam
is
Jam.
considered sacred and purifying.
Jam Jam.
This parallels the Islamic belief in Zamzam water from a well in Mecca, thought to be a
Makkar
gift from
Jalora.
God with healing properties. Both serve as potent symbols of purification and divine blessings in their respective
সেই অনেকটা
traditions.
তো গঙ্গা জল ওদের মক্কার
The
জল।
ultimate goal in Hinduism is moksha, liberation from the cycle of birth and death,
I think
signifying
ধ্যান-
a liberation from physical
ধ্যান আর
existence
ওদেরটা
and
হচ্ছে
merging with the
আর
divine.
ওদেরটা
In
হচ্ছে
contrast,
এভাবে করে
Baraka
না।
in Islam refers to divine blessings or the
Namaz.
presence of God in one's life, representing a continuous divine grace and guidance in worldly life. Dharma in Hinduism refers to the moral, societal, and cosmic laws that guide human behavior toward living righteously and achieving spiritual liberation. In contrast, Sharia in Islam is the legal and moral code that guides a Muslim's behavior in all aspects of life.
ওদেরগুলো
Although
কেমন
both deal with moral and ethical living, Dharma has a broader cosmic
Muslim
perspective,
Dharma is strict-
whereas
strict
Sharia
religion.
provides detailed guidance on daily living. Yoga in Hinduism, which seeks spiritual insight and tranquility through physical postures and meditation, is akin to dhikr in Islam, a devotional act involving repeated recitation of God's names. Both practices offer a path to spiritual concentration and connection with the divine, reflecting a shared emphasis on personal spiritual discipline. Akamana in Hinduism is a ritual cleansing process involving sipping water with mantras, symbolizing spiritual and
মানে
physical
ওই
purity.
সূর্যটার সঙ্গে সঙ্গে
This
যে সূর্যের
parallels
প্রণাম আর
wudu in
ওদের
Islam,
হচ্ছে
a
অজু
purification
করে না
ritual
কি যেন
involving
করে,
washing specific
Wudu,
parts of the body
WT,
before
wudu.
prayer.
wudu করে
Both
ওরা।
rituals emphasizing the importance of purity in worship. Dana, the act of giving in Hinduism, reflects
Dana.
the principle of generosity and
Zakat.
selflessness. Similarly, zakat in Islam, a form of obligatory charity, embodies the principles of social responsibility and aid to the less
Dina na,
fortunate,
dan.
reflecting shared values of
দান
compassion
আর
আর
হচ্ছে
and
জাকাত
community
মানে
support.
জাকাত টাকাত কর মানে দান দক্ষিণা
Hindu
কর
tradition favors cremation, a ritual
Purana.
seen as a key part of the
Purana.
journey of the soul, reflecting a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth.
আমাদের
On the
মধ্যে
other
তো
hand,
অনেক
Islamic practices advocate for burial, aligning with the faith's emphasis on dignity and respect for the deceased. These rites showcase how each religion distinctively honors and remembers the departed. In Hinduism, believes in reincarnation, the soul's journey through successive lives, in contrast with Islam's belief in resurrection, where each individual will be brought back to
বংশ
life for the
ছড়ানো তারা
final
বিশ্বাসী,
judgment.
আর আমাদের হিন্দুতে হচ্ছে
This concludes our comparison of Hinduism and Islam. It's our sincere hope that this
Either
video
symbol.
can serve as an enlightening bridge, enabling followers of both faiths to deepen their mutual understanding and thereby fostering an environment of greater respect and harmony. As we navigate the complexities of our world today, the call for more peace and less animosity is more crucial than ever.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir,
you for joining us in this
for-
exploration, and
Thank
don't
you.
forget to stay tuned for more
Such
insightful
nice-
content in the
অনেক
future.
সুন্দর একটা ভিডিও such a nice video so thank you আর কি
ও এমনি
so guys everyone please subscribe so আই লাইক দিস ভিডিও স্পেশালি, সিরিয়াসলি অনেক ইনফরমেশন ছিল অ্যান্ড প্রত্যেকেই জানি, অনেক কিছু জানি, স্পেশালি যেটা বলছে, বাট কিছু কিছু জিনিস হচ্ছে জানি না, কিছু কিছু জিনিসটা জানি না। যাই হোক, তো ভালো লাগছে, আর খুব ভালো লাগছে, এটা ভালো হয়েছে। আমরা ভূত, ওরা হচ্ছে জিন, ঠিক আছে, কেন জিন, জিনে অনেক মিষ্টি খায় রাতে, মানে অনেকে একজন বলছে, হিন্দু মানে মুসলিম ফ্রেন্ড বলে যে রাত্রেবেলায় একটা দোকানে মিষ্টি, দোকানদার দেখে যে তার দোকানে মিষ্টি একটাও নাই, শোনে কি জিনে নাকি খেয়ে ফেলছে, জিনে নাকি প্রচুর মিষ্টি পছন্দ করে, আই ডোন্ট নো, হইতে পারে। যাক, অনেকে বলছে যদি আমরা যদি দেখতে পারতাম জিন, তাহলে অনেক রাস্তায় হাঁটতে পারতাম না, এত মানে এত পরিমাণে জিন ফাঁক দিয়ে করে দেয় না, ওরা নাকি নামাজও পড়ে। যাই হোক, যার যার ধর্ম তার তার কাছে, উই ডোন্ট ওয়ান্ট টু কম্পেয়ার উইথ এনি রিলিজন হোয়াট এভার ইট ইজ, ওকে। সো উই আর হিন্দু, দ্যাটস অল দ্য টাইম উইল সাপোর্ট হিন্দুস অলওয়েজ, ওকে। নমস্কার and thank you so much once again for watching this video. So love you, bye.